and I was quite alarmed at a time in our nation where women are misrepresented, underrepresented, not represented, mistreated. This is egregious for this male-dominant council to make this decision today. At a time when my Delta sisters, and this is our Delta sister, is here for our Delta Day, to make this kind of mockery of women is egregious. At a time in our nation when Ketanji Brown was confirmed by the Congress to be the highest ranking member in the Supreme Court, and this council chooses to degrade women, I'm pissed as and I ain't gonna say it because you know I can say it, but I'm gonna be cool with it, but I'm pissed. I spoke with Woodard, and I spoke with Battle, and I asked them, had you heard this information? And they did not. They said they did not. But Mr. Battle told me I won't go for it. She's been a great city manager. I'm not gonna put her down. But you sat here and you lied in my face. You lied in my face, Mr. Battle, and I want you to lie to these people to say that you didn't say that. You said that this woman has done her job and she has been nothing but great to this community, which we know. We know she has done her job. We know she has bent over backward. We know she has looked aside to some of the votes that you have tried to have people pay you all for votes, that she looked aside, that she could have reported. She got a lot on this council, and that's why they want to get rid of her. And I hope that y'all seeing what's happening, and I hope you make your decision when November comes. I'm pissed as a mother. Yeah, I'ma say it. I'm mad as a mother.
Hold on, Councilwoman.
I am, because I know what's been going on. I know somebody came to my office and asked me to deal with this stuff because they've been asked to be paid $3,000.
I'm going to recess this meeting right now.
I'm sick of it.
We're going to recess the meeting right now.
I'm sick of it.
We're going to recess.
Have it.
As most of you know, I got a dual position, resident first and foremost, and then once a month at this table, commissioner. So I'm gonna take my opportunity to speak on my resident side, if I may. I wanted to start it off and say, yes, I am poor, and I human, and yes, I matter. My resident rights have been infringed upon and violated. My integrity have been compromised, sabotaged, questioned, tested, and slandered. My faith, trust, and morale has been depleted in having any confidence and trust in this housing agency as well in this board of commission as a whole. So once again, I ask HUD, the Department of Housing and Urban Development, how can you reassure me that me and my children and residents matter? Not only as a resident, but also as a commissioner. Please answer how I may be a continued value to IHC Housing Board and to my community. And how does one benefit from this volunteered position? In addition, my positive reputation has been tarnished, scarred, invaded, altered, and hijacked. I refuse to be silenced and continue to be a prisoner in my own home and community. So therefore, I'm requesting for an internal investigation to be conducted, reviewed, and addressed along with a course of action according to my HUD resident and commissioner rights. Me and my children demand justice and due process, not only as Inkster Commission residents, but also as citizens of the city of Inkster. In the aftermath, our valuable, pertinent life identities have been stolen, disclosed, distributed, and compromised. And our only means of transportation vehicle has been obstructed and vandalized. Our lives are now jeopardized in limbo, turned inside out and upside down because of it. This trial of tears has grown to become challenging as well as emotionally traumatizing and disheartening. Just by sitting in this seat on the Board of Commissioners by representing as a resident for this community with reflections of horror, as I personally have been, once again, disrespected, humiliated, threatened, accused, harassed, gagged, scandalized, prosecuted, bullied, and exploited. Thank you. It certainly leaves the mind to wonder just how far does the rabbit hole go, one may ask, and who would be held accountable for this misfortune and atrocities that have made me and my children's lives a living hell. In closing, once again, yes, I am poor. Ain't I human? And yes, I matter. Thank you.
Mayor, Council, Sandra Watley, Councilwoman Watley.
Hello, hang on a second. Hang on. Yes, Mayor, my phone started ringing. Sorry. I have several questions I need to ask. The first is Attorney Jones still on the call?
Yes.
Okay. Can he please tell us what the financial or the monetary difference is between a misdemeanor and a felony?
Monetary difference?
Yeah. I know if it goes over a certain amount that it becomes a felony. So what is that amount?
Well, as far as a punishment, typically a misdemeanor fine does not exceed $500.
No, but I mean when you can charge somebody with a misdemeanor or a felony.
It's not based on monetary figures. It's, you know, for example, there can be a theft of up to $1,000, which could be a misdemeanor. Anything over 1,000 could be a felony. But all felonies or misdemeanors aren't categorized just by monetary amounts. It's based on the nature of the charge.
Okay, so basically what I'm hearing you say, so just confirm, you did give me a monetary amount when a misdemeanor turns into a felony, over $1,000, right?
For some cases, yes.
Okay.
Some of them have nothing to do with the amount of money.
Okay, all right. Thank you. That was all I wanted from you. I appreciate it. Now I'd like to, is it possible to ask the police chief a couple of questions?
Of course. If he's on the line, I believe.
Chief Riley?
Hey, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Hi, Chief Riley. First of all, I want to congratulate you on your promotions. I don't think we've ever had a promotional ceremony before, and I didn't get an invite, so I'm kind of hurt, but that's okay. What I wanted to ask you is the people who were demoted, do they retain their salaries that they were getting while they were in that position?
No, ma'am. But basically, that was the promotion did. It just corrected something that had been sitting out there for really before I came, because the union was pushing back because they should have been what we call put in place a while back before I got there. So when the promotions were made, those people that were actually promoted went through the testing. They took over those spots. Those other people went back to their spots simultaneously.
And the money, their money stayed the same. I'm just saying this because somewhere I heard that once you promote someone, you can take the position, you just can't take the money.
Oh, not true, not true. All our positions were acting. See, that's the key. It was acting.
Okay.
Those positions, that's why they had A's on when you saw them on the chart. The A's were for acting, not assistants, they were for acting. So therefore, they knew they were in the acting position. They knew that that once we got official promotion, that they would go back to their previous rank, and the other people would come up.
Okay, that was it. That was my question when I saw it. But congratulations to everybody.
Thank you. We didn't lose any money, and normally we do send out something, but it happened. They were trying to get it out the way so fast, and then with COVID, it just something very quick and virtual and for their families.
Okay, very good. Thank you, sir. Okay, I just have one more thing. Since the continuation of this administration, I have repeatedly asked for transparency and consistently been thwarted and obstructed in obtaining accurate information or answers. Fast forward 1 year and 4 months later, and I'm still waiting for transparency. Whether it is inquiries about access to our building and services, to hiring and firing practices that exclude council and violates the city charter, to spending money without council, to making arbitrary decisions that impact the city adversely, presenting information after the fact and expecting council to backfill decisions, and the list goes on. We are still fighting the same battles. See, however, now, this debate, when you hear, I'm sorry,
We can't hear you, Councilwoman.
However, now citizens are inferring some sort of fear, but most of the time don't know what's going on at all. Or we are given half truths or lies. I don't like this. Or it's not that.
We can't hear you, Councilwoman Watley. I know you're talking about me, but we can't hear you.
Well, okay. No, I'm talking about the entire way the administration has been run over the past. And I'm saying that we're not given information or we're completely ignored. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you. Just I instead of we.
We send, well, I meant me, okay? I say we just because that's the way I speak. I can't speak for anybody else but me.
Good.
Okay? So, it is my contention that this administration is dysfunctional. And this is no way to do business. It seems that acting like things are working right instead of things